Hi, Kevin. Okay, as we talked, I was going to do just a real quick overview and a competitor analysis for your business. So I just wanted to say that we're going to talk about three things. We're going to talk about your website, and on the website, we're going to talk about content. Okay, we're going to take your top competitor organically in the maps, and we're going to, see what they're doing. So we're going to talk about content, citations, and backlinks. So here, this is how I found your competitors. If I go to home remodeling in Northern Virginia, you can see you're right here, Design Pro in the maps. The maps is separate from the organic search. The organic search is websites that are ranking organically on Google. So if I do Northern Virginia, I come across this guy, home remodeling in Northern Virginia. But I also searched in Metro DC, since you guys do DC and Maryland. And there's a few, different people that come up there. So, we can do a more of a research on probably like this company here, if we want to go into the DC area. But for now, I'm just going to keep it local. Okay. So I'm just going to keep it between you guys and this number one home remodeling Northern Virginia, which is Commonwealth. Okay. So here's his site, and he does pretty much the same things that you guys do. And so we're just going to talk about the content on the home page. Now, Google likes to see a minimum of 1,500 words with keyword enriched content on the home page. So basically, what I do is I just copy and paste, okay, to see what is showing up, how many words you guys have. So on your site, you can see you only have 510 words. That's very little. So you're leaving a lot of room on the table for growth, because you just don't have enough content that Google likes to see to find out what it is that you do and all of the local searched keywords in the Fairfax and Northern Virginia area. So you only have 510 words. Okay, so your competitor over here, if I go to their site, they only have 864 words, which is still very, very little. Again, Google likes to see a minimum of 1,500 words. So with that being said, we could go in here and we could really put in a lot more content. We can put them behind the pictures. We need to make sure that all of your pictures are alt text. So if you were to, well, that's a link. Let's just see. See how it just says the file name is DPC curated? That's not good either, because that means that your pictures don't have alt text on them. And so if I go here, just want to check it out. Yeah, this is the none of these pictures have alt text on them. So that's another thing that also generates authority and populates you in the algorithm for Google. So we would want to change that, of course. Okay, so let's just go back to the content. Again, like I said, you need 1,500 words. You don't have that. So let's just go back over to the map. If we go to home remodeling Metro DC, you are not being found in the metro area. Now, you are being found in Northern Virginia and Fairfax. So if I go to the maps, and I scroll and I keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, here you are down here. We can change that, okay, for the DC area. And I'm not going to get into it right now, but you could definitely put up another Google business profile in another location, and you could dominate for the Metro DC area. If we go back over to Northern Virginia, you are in the second position, which is great. But again, we could get you in the number one spot for more than just one location. That would be great. So we're just going to go back to this competitor here. So we talked about content. Now we're going to go and talk about backlinking and keywords. So I use Ahrefs. And here I put in your URL, and I just put this in and I hit search for Site Explorer, because these are the numbers that I want to look at. This is what I care about. I care about your backlinking authority, how many reference domains are pointing back to your website. And usually these come from blogs or press releases and backlinks. I want to see your authority. This is telling me your domain authority is 11, and it looks like you have organic keywords about 208. If we go over to your competitor, their DR is about the same. They have stronger backlinks. They have more reference domains. They definitely have more keywords than you do. So I would go in here and I want to find out what they're ranking for, right? So I want to look at all of these keywords, and I want to make sure that these keywords, along with not just this competitor, other competitors as well, but I'm not going to do that on this video. We want to make sure you have all of these keywords on your website. So if I go back over here, you have 208. And it looks like you are ranking mostly in Fairfax, which is what I was seeing. But you can see a lot of these keywords are not local buyer intent. So we would want to increase that, because that helps Google to understand what it is that you do in your locations. And we could talk about getting back into the site, and it says services, but I don't see that you have any location pages. And if I go back here, um, I don't think he has location pages either, which is really weird. You definitely want location pages, but we could build that out over time. So anyway, this is just another tool that I use to make sure that you have all of the keywords that you need on your site to rank on Google. The next thing we're going to talk about is citations. Now, citations are basically they call it NAP, name, address, phone number, which are listings across the internet. So places like Angie's, Yelp, House, Better Business Bureau, White Pages, Yellow Pages, Nextdoor, all of those things. It's letting me know that these people probably have a lot of citations. And when I go to the Metro DC, it's letting me know that these people probably have a lot of citations. So when I did a search on your company, it looks like you only have 18. I like to start off with a minimum of 100. So that's probably the very first thing I would do to help your business rank both in the maps and organically, but mostly for the maps. We want to get the citation number way up past 18 in order to get you in the maps. So with all that being said, I hope that this has been valuable. And again, we could just, talk if you guys are interested in getting more visibility. I'm also the host of a podcast, and I will just go to YouTube real quick, and I will share this on my email that I send over to you guys. I do a podcast with construction business owners to bring them visibility, and then I give all of the clips from each podcast back to each company, and they can use it for their own marketing. And then if you go here in the maps, you can find me. Also, I'm right here. This is me, Bold Vision SEO. So if you want to know more about me, you can find me here, and you can get to my website from here. I guess, the only other thing I want to say about going back into the maps real quick, because when I do go here, I do see that you guys are getting reviews, which is great. We want to continue to do that. But I don't see that you have, a keyword enriched description of your business, which is a problem. I don't see any products, and I don't see any updates from you guys. So with that being said, with that not being done, I don't know if that was something that you guys were doing before and maybe you've quit. If I go to this home perfection, he's got Q&As. That's another really good thing to do. Here's his description. And as you can see, At some point, they were doing updates. It looks like the last one was May 9th. So maybe they're not, they don't have a company managing this anymore, which means you could definitely get above them. We could rank above them easily. And then you can see that they have their social proof here, which is really important. So, yeah, if you want to talk more, I would love to speak with you more and maybe set up a deep dive conversation, and we could talk further about how to get you ranked in the maps, not just in Fairfax, but all of Northern Virginia, DC, and Maryland. And if you want to do a podcast or something like that, we can help you with that visibility. Also do social media management, website, all of that above. All right. Well, thank you very much. And hopefully we'll talk soon.